They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I done mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in '01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth, I'm OG King CURT. Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend, let's work.
Hey, this is your host, OG King CURT, and welcome to the OG2CENTS podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you who tune in every Sunday. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Helps us out a lot. And links for all available streaming platforms will be in the description. This episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks virtually clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you'll have less eye strain, and that makes for a better sleep and performance. Check out them at Zenni.com/gaming, or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. Today's episode 21. It's with Chantell Taylor. She's Chicago born, played defensive end for the Chicago Bliss for 10 years, and won 4 championships with the Chicago Bliss. After she decided to leave the LFL, she was offered another opportunity with a new women's football league called the WFLA, which will start in 2021. She will be suiting up for the New York Stars. As always, I don't like to do too much talking. So with further ado, Chantell Taylor, how you doing today?
Hey, how are you? What's going on? I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm great. Like I told you, I'm excited to do this interview. It's basically, it's I think it's a fabulous story, and I think it can motivate and inspire a lot of people, especially women that
Yes,
that don't know about
definitely.
what you do. So, just tell us your story and how you got to where you're at today.
So I've always been a light athlete since I was a little girl. I was pretty much born and raised around sports. So I'm a daddy's girl. So with that being said, like the man taught me how to do pretty much everything from shooting a gun to shooting a basketball. So it was pretty much nothing that I ever was around that it was like, you can't do this. Like, you can't do this. My dad was always encouraging me as far as like, it's nothing that you can't do. So I started playing organized basketball in like 4th grade. That was when I first picked up a basketball. I played basketball all the way through college. And when I got to college, I was kind of losing the passion for it because it was just kind of like getting just drawn out, and I wasn't really getting along with my coaches and the other women and on the team. It was just like beginning to not be fun for me anymore. So I used to always watch the LFL on TV when I was doing my homework in my dorm room, and they used to come on MTV at the time. So I was always like, like I know I'm an athlete. I wonder if that's something I could do. Like, I don't know. I see it they hitting hard. Like, I never played football before. So it was one of those, okay, let's, get some more research. So I dug a little deeper into it or whatever. And I ended up deciding to leave school. And when I left school, the tryout happened to be the exact same weekend that I dropped out of college. So I went to the tryout, and it was set up like a combine tryout. It was all different type of stations, bench press, the 40, the vertical jumps. So once we went through the combine, it was shortly like the numbers dwindled down. So training camp started, and as training camp went along, practically got numbers, and either you got cut or you were able to stay. So I made it down all the way to the final cuts, and pretty much then it's been history ever since. I started playing in about 2010, and I just got out of it in 2018, and I have 4 championships with the Chicago Bliss. I've been #1 player in my position like the last 6 to 7 years. I've been an all-star the last 6 to 7 years. I've been out the country to Guatemala, playing football, like as far as like all-star tournaments. So I had a really good run in it, and pretty much like from the outside looking in, the LFL is a fun sport, but the person that runs it is just a single man entity, and he's really about himself more so than like the treatment of the players. So I started when I was 19 and I got out when I was 29. So pretty much I did a lot of growing from 19 to 29. And when my coaches decided to resign, it was just like, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. It's fun. I've been winning, but it's nothing really more that I could do. I did everything, and we don't get paid to play in the LFL, but fans and supporters and everybody else have to pay to get in our game. So it was just like, I'm older now. I don't want to keep doing it for free. Like, it's a real talent. I'm making another person money. So it was just like, I'm over it. So my birthday last year, my birthday is on December 10th. On December 11th, I actually was conference called in a call with Ja Rule, asking me to be on a team that he owns called the New York Stars. The Women's Football League Association is a new professional football league for women. They are potentially talking about actually paying us professionally and treating us and giving us all the benefits and the treatment as athletes are supposed to receive. So I'm looking forward to that right now, just how that's growing and developing and coming along. So I'm excited.
No, that's great. And yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're out there, like you said, you're producing revenue for other organizations and individuals as well. So you should. I have a dual question in that. I know from what I read, I mean, you had a great relationship with your coach. I think it was Coach Hack.
Yes, love Coach
Um,
Hack.
yeah, that I thought that was very interesting. I mean, talk about that a little bit, and then also, what's it like? Going in to play for a team that has one owned by Ja Rule.
So me and Coach Hack, we weren't always like on the same page. I was actually I wanted to be a receiver when I first started playing football. So I was always going to like the DB line and the receiver line. And one day during training camp, Hack was like, "You need to go over there." And I was like, "Go over there? Like, what's over there?" And at the time, I wasn't cultured on like the positions and like, what's going on. I just knew that you can just catch the ball and you get a touchdown. And that's what I wanted to do. So it got to the point where it was just like, okay, from Hack, like if you keep going over there and not over there, you're gonna have to leave. And I was like, wait, what you mean I'm gonna have to leave? Okay, so I'll just go over there. So I went over there, and over there was the defensive lineman and the lineman, offensive lineman, defensive lineman drills and all that. And I was like, oh, this is boring. Like, it's not what I want to do. Like, so it was pretty much, Hack was like, well, if you don't want to do this, you can get out. So I'm like, dang, but I want to be here. So once I understood what the position was about, I just kind of embraced it, because at first it was like, oh, I don't know if I want to play football no more, because this is not what I came in wanting to do. So as time went on, like me and Hack, eventually we gained like a father-daughter relationship, but like it's been times where I threw my pads, walked out of practice, like me and Hack, we used to go at it. So but now I've been with him so long, I think I'm one of the longest players that ever has coached under him, actually. And I love Hack. Hack loves me. Like, we have a great relationship. We haven't played football in like almost 2 years now, but we still talk to this day, keep in touch. So I'm really grateful for Hack. Like, he literally somebody that watched me grow up from a girl to a woman. And he had a lot to contribute with me developing into a woman and being part of the person that I am today. So I appreciate him a lot. as far as the call from Ja Rule and all that, it was kind of like, is this really happening? Because it's all happening so fast. And once I got rid of football, it was like, I'm done with it. I'm never going back again unless I am getting paid to play. Like, I don't care about it. I played football all this time, and it was like I was chasing something that eventually, I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't get nothing out of it, but if I wouldn't have been playing in the LFL, I probably wouldn't be in a position to get welcomed into the WFLA, I guess. But it was just like, I don't know, it was kind of like unreal that I was on the phone with Ja Rule. Like, it was, and our conversation was really like genuine and natural. It was almost like I was on the phone with a big brother. So I'm really excited about everything that we have going on. I went to meet Ja Rule in Miami for a Super Bowl this year. We had a great time. I met some of my teammates. So I'm just really excited to see how everything is going to play out as far as what's happening for us in WFLA. And I'm happy that someone actually is deciding to take women serious on that, that standpoint, because women really have a hard time, being taken equally for the sports that we play as far as on the level of men. So it's important now.
No, I totally agree. I'm a sports junkie, so I mean, male, female, it doesn't matter. I mean, most of the time, I love watching women compete because they always compete. Like, that women don't take. It's not too often they take games off or plays off or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
it's great from that aspect. I know from reading up in college, I think for basketball, you went to Central State.
Yep, I went to Central State University.
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, dope, yeah. So you know
Yeah, so
exactly down that road where Central State is.
yeah, I thought that was unique. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't hear from too many people being around my
I used
way.
to hang out in Dayton all the time.
I bet.
Fairborn, Dayton, all that.
Right. And then now it's you're gonna be I live in New York half the
Oh,
year now.
dope.
So now
Oh,
it's
I got
like
a friend in New York. I
yeah,
know. I've been looking, like, when I moved to New York, I'm like, oh, who am I? What am I? Where am I? Like,
nah,
so I'm excited. I've been having like a couple of my homegirls that they like starting up different jobs and stuff. So maybe like two of my friends just moved there. So I'm like, okay, God is like opening up doors for me to not feel alone, because that's like the scariest part, just leaving everything and everybody behind. Like, I'm gonna be out here by myself, no friends, no family. Like, so
I know that feeling
yeah.
a lot. I guess during your time, like, what's the normal reaction when you tell people that you play professional football?
Oh, nobody believes that I'm a football player. Like, you do what? You don't play football. That's the first thing that somebody always tell me. I tell them what I do, and then they tell me I don't do it. So it's like, okay, now I got to go on my phone and pull up the plays and the catches and the tackles and the sacks. So that's pretty
Now,
much their reaction.
I'll tell you this. I watched a highlight reel on your Instagram, and I'll tell you, everybody. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, but on the field, she
Thank
shows
you.
no mercy at
Thank you.
all.
That's true. And Hack taught us that like that. Like, it's pretty much how he taught us is simple. Like, you kick the shit out of the person across from you. That's what football is. Like, it's literally a one-on-one battle, and it's either you get beat or you beat. So I'm not gonna get, so
You know what I like about it when you talk about Coach Hack is that typically if you have an interest in a sport and you're not, like you say, you're not really cultured about it, but you happen to fall under somebody who really like knows what they're doing and can get you going in the right direction. That's
No,
all.
so I was really, really lucky, because that's exactly what happened. I was literally like, I was cultured in a sport of football, but it was like going into a like football for dummies 101. So when Hack got all of us girls together, like, we actually learned plays and the route tree and X, Y, and Z, and like the actual verbiage of football, because football is a whole nother language in itself. And if you don't understand like the language of football, it's like you looking at a whole bunch of X's and Y's. It's like algebra and geometry, and you don't know what you're looking at.
All right. No, I think I'm yeah, truck driving.
Yes. So I was born, conceived. My mom and my dad are CDL Class A drivers. I've been around trucks my whole entire life. Eventually, I knew that this would be something that I could fall back on if the dream that I was chasing in football didn't, pan out. So I took a year off. Well, when I decided I wasn't playing football anymore, the last year before I ended playing football, I started the process of getting my CDL. And it was kind of hard too, because the whole entire time I was trying to get my CDL, it was a lot of problems between my coaches and I, because it's like, you're not here, you're not at practice, but it's like, okay, what about the whole 9.5 years that I was just at practice? Like, now I'm a grown woman, I'm 29, I'm trying to get my life together. So that part was hard. But eventually, like, once I started focusing on myself and literally worrying about like how I'm gonna become stable in my life, like my life got a lot better. So I really appreciate football, but it was just like my mom and my dad, like, okay, Chantell, you 29, like, what are you gonna do now? Like, we can't keep taking care of you. Like, you want to keep playing football for free. This man getting rich, like, and I just got tired of hearing all of that. And it was just like I said, my dad pretty much taught me everything I know. So I've been around trucks my whole entire life. So it was just like, you need to do what you need to do. And now I'm driving all over the world too.
No,
In a
that's
big truck.
nah, that's great. Beyond football and driving trucks, like what do you do in your free time?
So in my free time, I'm a reader. Like, I'm a big fitness sports person. Like, I like to do hot yoga, run a yacht. I am pretty much just all different type of sports. Like, I have friends with boats and yachts. We hang out on the water and do different type of activities as far as like parasailing and tubing on the water. I'm just like really a spontaneous, adventurous girl. Like, we wake up like, okay, what adventure we gonna go on today? I look up like little staycation stuff in Illinois. We might drive 50 miles to a little rock hole in the wall where it's like a little private waterfall that nobody knows about. Like, I'm real adventurous, spontaneous. I just like to be free and get out and see nature and that type of stuff. So I'm a big reader. Like, I like books. Right now I'm just learning, getting into like trades and stocks and all that type of stuff. So I've been like on YouTube going crazy with that, like figuring out how my money can just make me money sitting there. So I'm trying to figure stuff out.
I don't know. I definitely can relate to that. I mean, that kind of dives right into my next question. With the pandemic and everything that's going on, like how have you been dealing with that?
So I'm actually very blessed. Through this whole pandemic and situation, nothing really in my life has changed. Since the pandemic started, I've actually started making more money. So, like, I can't really complain about anything. I'm glad that I did choose a career that is quote unquote essential, because like this whole situation really showed us like what's important and what's not. So, I'm just blessed and grateful. Like, I can't complain about anything because my life didn't change. Like, I know a lot of people had to literally stop and stay home, but nothing changed in my life. Like, I still had to get up early in the morning, drive, be in my truck all day, like, just stay safe. I think now had got sick. Like, when it first started, I got really, really sick for like 2 weeks, but I was still going so hard. But I think I might have had COVID. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I think I might have came across it because I was working so hard and so much was going on at one time. But my body wasn't tired, like, because I'm a goer, like, I'm just always pushing. But I knew, like, for 2 weeks, I didn't have a sense of taste or smell. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with me? Like, so something wasn't right, but
Yeah,
I,
hey, that sounds accurate
yeah,
to some
but
degree. I'm glad you're okay.
yeah, but I got through those 2 weeks, so I'm cool.
Okay. Kind of like long term. I mean, like, what do you? I know you want to play football, and I can't wait. I'm gonna be a fan. But after your career is over, after you put up the cleats, what do you see?
So after I put up the cleats, I think I want to coach little girls. Eventually I want to come back to be an advocate for, little girls, as far as letting us having someone in positions to let women know that anything is possible and they can do anything they want to do or achieve anything. Anything is possible for us, just like it's possible for men on the sports realm. I don't know. I think I might want to write a book too. I've been through a lot in my life, and it's like when people look at me, it's like, oh, they see like this pretty, beautiful woman, but it's like layers to me. It's a lot to me. So I've been thinking about that. I think I want to be an advocate too for like women that are in domestic violence relationships. Like I went through a really, really bad relationship, and I was a domestic abuse survivor. So I want to be an advocate for that too as well. So I have like a whole list of things that I want to do. I'm just trying to make sure everything aligns and falls in place the way it's supposed to.
Well, I'm glad. I hate to hear about that, but on the other side of it, I'm glad that you came out of it a survivor, and your spirit and everything seems pretty bright, and I think
Yeah,
you definitely can help a lot of people who've been through some of the same things you have, and that's more important now than ever. I think I speak all the time, here and there about mental health because
important.
when I was coming up, I grew up in the '90s, so we didn't speak on a lot of things. We used to just be like, oh man, so and so crazy or something wrong with them or whatever. But we didn't have nobody really talking or promoting mental health and really seeing what's wrong with somebody and what they're
Yeah,
actually going through. So now I love the fact that it is a focus, and I mean I have to even question myself a lot of times when I'm feeling a certain
down
kind
and
of
out.
way
Yeah.
emotionally and everything like that. So no, I definitely love it. This has been a great interview, and
Thank you. Thank you,
I
OG.
definitely like I say, you have a fan in me, and I'll be checking you out. Just let everybody know how they can follow you on social media and the league as well.
Okay, so on Instagram for the league is WFLA_football. That page will pretty much take you to like the WFLA website, and you can find out about all the teams. You can pretty much see like players, and when you follow the WFLA page every week, like the owner of the league, she goes on live, and we just talk about all different type of issues and things that we're going through as women and things that the world are going through. So definitely follow that. That's a good link to follow. My name on Instagram is Chantell Telly Taylor. It's all one word. Just type my first name in, all one word. On Facebook, I'm Chantell Taylor, and on Twitter, I'm TaylorGang_CT.
Okay, well, thank you. And I want to thank everybody who tuned into this episode. Make sure you follow the OG2CENTS podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel. Follow me on social media at OG King CURT. That's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Go to www.ogkingcurt.com for everything OG King CURT and the podcast. Shout out to my team, Dave at the 2K Zone, Strider Visuals, and Box Graphics for sharing in my vision with the podcast. Check out the 2K Zone on Podbean and Twitch. It's very entertaining 2K League content. You can also catch me on EsportsXTRA Wednesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. and Sundays at 1 p.m. And that's with host Larry Ridley, the crew, Renee Montgomery, Black Phoenix, Derwin Worrell, and Ashley Leotis. And last but not least, Kevin Mamuzet, the producer extraordinary. And it's a great show, so just make sure you check us out. That's on Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And, just make sure you tune in to next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG2CENTS. OG out.
Let's put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.